2016 is going to be a big year. I always felt that coming out of 2015, and you can vibe your replies when you ask those questions. And I was asking in mid 2015, what's coming up, man? It seems like things are kind of stagnant, and they kept highlighting like a calendar in my mind of things beginning to happen at the end of 2015, but that there was going to be, as described to me, this opposite of, oh, just another year where they're making hype predictions that are never going to happen. That this was going to be the year that we were going to get shocked. But this was the year where the big one finally hits. We were the little boy who cried wolf tricked. This is going to be the year. Now I don't know what that means. I'm not even supposed to, and some levels I don't want to know. But I do see pieces of what I think are the connection to some pretty big events starting to fall into place. And I say, well, what do you mean you're seeing these pieces? How do you know this? I don't know. That's how I know. I don't have a rational explanation for you, except that I've been called literally to go and look at just a couple things in the paper that have grabbed my attention just recently that have nothing even to do with one another. But when I can read between the lines, I see, oh, this is dealing with some very interesting, revealing stuff. It's symbolic, yet it's deeper than symbolic. It's revealing, yet it's like exposing huge, huge things. It could be so big that people can't turn their heads away, and that's going to be big. Because that's why people aren't seeing it. Why? Because they're ignoring it. They're going to get either a block, or they're blocking their own minds because they have too much programming. This could shatter the wall of programming. It could be so big, you can't miss this one. And that's kind of not making me nervous. I mean, on some levels, you got to keep in mind, this is what we've been asking for. But much like a soldier calling in an airstrike, this is danger close, man. They're dropping bombs really close to us. And I don't think anyone's going to get hurt. But we got to be aware this could really shake up those around us. We've been trying to wake up. So instead of going to you're not waking up, you guys go watch the news, you live in an illusion. Within the snap of a finger, you could be the nurse going, "Look, it's okay, calm down. No, you're not going crazy. This is what I've been talking about. Calm down, have a drink, chill out." Because they could really have a difficult time adjusting to a boom, awakening jolt like that. Keeping in mind, we will still be awakened by the next jolt as well. But these pieces seem to be lining up. And I don't even want to reveal what they are. But I'm seeing them happen in the media, and it's almost like these events, it would be a waste of time to tell you, but when I see these things, it's like, God, those are the warning signs that I somehow inherently knew I was supposed to look for just prior to some of these, boom, events happening. And it's timed out right. Well, when they showed me the calendar, I saw something happening near what I would call springtime. And it wasn't in the beginning of the year. It wasn't a 2016 thing. It wasn't only the first month. But I don't know. It's just what I'm seeing now. God, it's lining up exactly like I saw a while ago. And that's usually a really good sign, because why? It's like anything. As soon as you start seeing pieces that you thought might be accurate falling exactly into place, you can pretty much start assuming and safely assume what I saw was the final thing here is going to be the case, because so far in this equation the numbers are all lining up. I bet you we're going to get a big hit. So we'll see what that is. I don't know exactly what that is. And I could be wrong. So there's so much changing, and this may be a part of the big hit. There's so much changing on one level, dimension-wise. Man, I'm knocking it out of the park with some of the skills that I now have attained. As one man put it, you're going to get back some of your weapons that you had in the ancient time. What is this guy talking about? I know what he's talking about now. It's like overnight, I'm having removed things that made me very human. At the same time, like the pains I'm having, like my leg problems, the suffering, I'm becoming more physically human. Yet spiritually, I'm really gaining an ability to pretty much woo the crowd and do it on the regular, whereas before no one would notice it, no one would see it, they didn't get it, it was above their heads. And now people are like, God damn, Don, how are you doing that? And I'm like, you can see that. Yeah, do that again. That's amazing. And they're absorbing it and they're getting it quicker than I thought they could grasp it. And I'm looking in the mirror going, wow, that's crazy. I didn't think anyone would ever be able to understand how that part of it. And they are. They're understanding how I can control the synchronicity. They're understanding how I am having some form of communication that gives them solid answers. They're not asking me questions yet. But when I'm giving them theories and analogies like I am now, like I'm telling you, 2016 is going to be big. The chess pieces are lining up for some big events that's going to create a mass awakening. And some of those that are still asleep could be a little jolted when they wake up. So, make sure you have an extra pillow for them in hand. You can kind of grasp that, and it kind of absorbs into you, like that. What do they call that? It's not just intuition. It's discernment, right? Discernment. And I should look up the discernment and post what that is again, because there is a big difference. Discernment tends to be more of a divine intuition, basically implying that inherently, no matter what you do, no matter what you think, no matter what your biases may be, when you stop, close your eyes, and think really hard about something that you need to do or something that I have just said, ask your God, ask yourself, ask inside, how do I see this playing out? Does this sound valid or invalid? Is some of it true or is none of it true? How should I take this message? Please give me guidance, and you will receive your answer, and that is discernment. Peace, love, and light.